In 1945, some workers in Egypt accidentally excavated an early Christian tomb, inside of which they found a large jar containing 13 leather-bound manuscripts composed of 48 separate works. This could be the most significant discovery of the last 200 years, and that's not an exaggeration. What I bring to you today is the Lost Gospel of Thomas, a collection of sayings attributed to Jesus. You might be thinking, well, I know what Jesus said. I've read the New Testament. I was raised Christian. It's all incredible public information. I thought so too, but keep watching to understand. Before we begin, let me give you a brief history lesson, and then I'll address a question and share some of this text and its interpretations with you. This underpins much of what we talk about here on the channel regarding the law of attraction, manifestation, self-realization, listening to your inner nature, and being true to what is the true meaning of being alive. These leather scrolls found in Egypt, also known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, represented a monumental discovery. They were original writings of sacred texts dating back to 325 AD. After Christ, Bishop Constantine and the Council of Nicaea had a meeting and decided what would remain and what would be of the New Testament that would become the basis of Christian theology. What was left out included the Gospel of Thomas, as well as other Gospels like that of Mary Magdalene. Or they edited so many books and removed passages that did not please them. There is a theory that they did this to make it more acceptable to the general public so that everyone could understand. However, another theory suggests that there were powerful teachings here that essentially did not fit into the narrative they wished to follow, so they chose to remove them completely. The Gospel according to Thomas does not narrate a story. It is a collection of about 114 sayings attributed to Jesus. Before we obligate ourselves, I want you to understand that I am by no means trying to make this channel a religious space, but believing that we can examine sacred texts to understand what they mean and what we can learn from them. You can believe whatever you want, that's fine. I don't care what religion you follow. That's not the focus of this video. And if you are satisfied with your opinions or not open-minded, perhaps it's better not to watch this video now. If you're still here, let's continue. The introductory words of the document proclaim, "These are the secret words that Jesus, the living one, spoke, and Didymus Judas Thomas wrote. And he said, whoever finds the interpretation of these words will not experience death." The words themselves do not contain the secret. The true essence lies in their interpretation. By discovering authentic answers, this can destabilize you, often confronting what you have learned. However, when the truth is revealed, it is a source of wonder, revealing that you have the supreme power over your life and everything in it. When we encounter writings attributed to Jesus that are not in our primary sources but are in harmony with them, we tend to believe that they are indeed his. However, when these sayings please be somewhat inconsistent with other teachings, we are informed that they were edited for validity rather than considered sacred truths intended to be shared with all but reserved only for some. Any emphasis on the belief that every person possesses the same higher power as Jesus instead of being an external force to be feared would have fundamentally transformed our understanding of life throughout history. The fact that each individual is unique does not separate us. We are all parts of the same consciousness, just acquiring different forms. Here are some teachings of Jesus from the Gospel of Thomas and their possible interpretations. Verse 3. If those who lead you say, "See, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, "It is in the sea," then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known, and you will realize that it is you who are the sons of the living Father. But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty. This teaching refers to the consequences of believing that power is outside the individual. If you believe that this sovereign power belongs to someone or something other than yourself, then it will have dominion over your life. However, when we truly perceive who we are, the unique consciousness that permeates everything and from which all power emanates, we can live in a lofty and prosperous manner. The kingdom is both within and outside of us. We literally manifest our external relationships from our inner selves. If we do not know ourselves, living in poverty, we make ourselves that poverty. The belief that external events and people have control over our lives prevents us from experiencing the wealth that is rightfully ours. We manifest according to our belief. Verse 27. If you do not fast as regards the world, you will not find the kingdom. If you do not make the Sabbath a true Sabbath, you will not enter the kingdom of my Father. If we do not detach ourselves from external disturbances and do not trust in the internal power to transform all things, we will continue to experience this reality in our lives. Asterisk verse 50. If they say to you, "Where have you come from?" say to them, "We have come from the light, from the place where the light came into being by itself, established itself, and appeared in their image." If they say to you, "Is it you?" say, "We are its children, and we are the elect of the living Father." If they ask you, "What is the evidence of your Father in you?" say to them, "It is motion and rest." Here, the word light symbolizes the origin of human beings. Light represents the consciousness of each individual manifested physically. It is the totality that exists while each individual consciousness expresses itself through us as activity and consciousness. Asterisk verse 77. I am the light that is over all things. I am all. From me all came forth, and to me all attained. Split a piece of wood, I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there. This verse indicates that the unique consciousness is present in everything that resides in it. It also dwells in all other things. Asterisk verse 113. His disciples said to him, "When will the kingdom come?" Jesus said, "It will not come by waiting for it. It will not be a matter of saying, 'Here it is,' or 'There it is.' Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and men do not see it." This verse highlights that we have always had the power within ourselves, but we have lost sight of it. It is not something we need to wait for to experience because this consciousness is already a part of all things, inclusive of each person. The present moment here and now is where true happiness resides. Waiting for tomorrow to find happiness, to feel fulfilled, to start living fully. I remember a conversation with a friend who was dating a girl and said, "When I get married, then I'll start doing all these things for her. I'll buy flowers, treat her well, make a real effort to have the best relationship. After all, we'll be married, and it will need to work out." This is just one example. In many relationships, people postpone being the best version of themselves. But the truth is that this opportunity is right here, right now. I often hear people say, "When I move, then I'll start," or "When that happens, I'll leave that unsatisfying job," or even, "When I have enough money, then I'll start my dream business." But every minute spent waiting is a minute lost. We need to stop living for tomorrow, sacrificing the present. I'm curious to know your opinion on the Gospel of Thomas. Think about sharing some of my favorite passages with you. If you want me to bring more on the subject or make a video with the complete text, let me know in the comments. What is your opinion on this? Share it in the comments below. I love reading your comments because you're a very intelligent bunch, and I want to hear your perspectives on the meaning of these verses I've shared. See you in the next video, and stop settling, start living fully. Alright, until next time.